Hi, Dad, I miss you. Ben and I went to the Exploratorium, which is the San Francisco Science Museum, together. And I know how much you love science museums, and I was sad you couldn't be with us because you would have really enjoyed it. So I made this video about the Science Museum, so you can virtually experience it with us. I hope you enjoy it. Lasers! Lasers, lasers, lasers! Spinny things! More spinny things, even more entertaining. Prisms on the floor, prisms on the floor, prisms on the floor. How does it feel being in a rainbow? Feels good? Sometimes the best part of being at a museum is watching how excited the kids get. Zebrafish! Each of these species is studied by thousands of biologists around the world. Why these organisms? They're small, they grow quickly, they're easy to braid and maintain. Mice, for example, are more expensive and harder to work with, but they reveal more about human biology because they're closer to us on the evolutionary tree.
Who's breaking him off?
Nice to know I'm so close to such a cute fella. The crab boldly makes his way across the sea star and pebble encrusted terrain. His name is Sebastian. What will Sebastian do? The slope appears to be too much for him. Alas, poor Sebastian. So, you know, a portion of this is voiceover, but a lot of it I was actually narrating on the spot. And for some reason, this seemed to be bothering Ben. He kept saying, "Be quieter, Charlotte. What are you doing?" I think he was embarrassed by me. I can't imagine why. Embarrassing you? My obsession with narration is embarrassing. As you all know, Father, as a member of my family, I never do anything embarrassing in public. I am the great, powerful wizard. Then after I caused the steam to rise from the machine, I went and watched this for a while. It's always fun to watch things fly into the air like little birds. Here we are at an enthralling movie. I have to say I really like the characters. I'm not so certain what the plot is supposed to be. I think the orange guy in the center is probably the villain. Look at the way he appears and disappears. Blue crystal over there could be the plucky sidekick. I don't know. This movie confuses me. Darn it. Okay, Dad, and this was super cool because we were actually looking at infrared versions or heat map versions of ourselves, and you could place your hand on this cool metal so that the temperature would be changed in your hand, and then you hold your hand up to look at it in the screen, and you actually see the star design on your palm. And seeing all these kids tinkering here actually reminded me of you in your electronics lab. We've got this towering mechanical creation with the little robot clockwork slaves hard at work. It's a bit disturbing, actually. The museum was full of hands-on activities. The museum's founder loved hands-on activities. Actually, it's quite a dramatic tale, the tale of the museum's founder. Barred from scientific research in the 1950s, Frank became a cattle rancher and high school science teacher. But rather than relying on textbooks, he filled his classroom with the real stuff of science, from tinkerer's tools to junkyard parts, a hands-on approach that became his trademark and ultimately led him to create the Exploratorium. Eventually, Ben ceased to be embarrassed by my antics and began to join in the spirit of things. How does it work, Ben? Does it say?
I do not see an informational plaque.
What a shame. I love informational plaques.
It stops.
It's always socially awkward to try and do the activities when so many children are trying to do them. And then I trapped Ben in a strange wooden cage. Can a straight rod pass through a curved slot? Yes, it can! Ta-da! The exhibit on the science of human emotion had these masks for us to try out for some reason. I'm not sure why. Okay, that's probably enough. Butterfly, 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 whee! And there you have it, Father. The Exploratorium in a nutshell. And you probably enjoyed this much more than you would have enjoyed the actual museum because, you know, everything is better when I narrate it.